totally just level up? Join me every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Let's go.
Man, we're stuck. The coronavirus is really taking a huge toll on everyone, especially people with disabilities.
When I found out about the Paralympics being postponed until 2021, I felt devastated right away. But CAF has really helped.
I was so excited to hear from the Challenge Athletes Foundation that I received a grant for some training, which is going to be so helpful once I'm able to get active and back at the barn.
This grant was truly a ray of sunshine in an otherwise dark time.
I'm smiling because I received my first CAF grant to travel all over the world.
I would just like to take a moment and
rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
So, yeah. Good job, Julie. Excellent sound bite. And wouldn't you bet that coming back from the break, we were good on Sam's, but evidently I still had us kind of muted on the stream, so.
Did you fix it?
Yeah, I fixed it. I
just got a message.
I fixed it, but yeah. Well, anyways, Rob, guess what time it is? It is the ugly truth. Oh, and before we do this, I just want everybody to realize, go ahead and start your watch party, because when we go through this, the 15th joiner on the stream will be awarding them coffee. So, 15th joiner. And,
all right, I'm looking. Hang on.
And Amanda is going to be watching, so she can write them to find out like what address or if they can pick it up from the studio. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is the ugly truth.
I don't think we should talk about the ugly truth.
Okay, so that is the ugly truth. Now, Rob was Rob wrote me and he's like, "Hey man, what are we talking about today for the ugly truth?" And I'm like, "Well, Rob, I don't know. What do you want to talk about?" And Rob's like, "Well, let's see." And then he said something about Mother's Day, which we kind of briefly talked about that. And then he said something about CNC, and I have absolutely no clue what that is. So go ahead and shed some light on that, Rob. What are you talking about with the CNC?
So again, we come back to coffee shops here in Colorado. We live in the great state of Colorado, obviously. God's country, most beautiful state in the nation.
Right.
I realize there's some poor slobs that are stuck living in like Texas and places like that. Hey, sorry for you. We have in our town, South Denver metro area, we have what's called CNC Coffee. It used to be known as Cookies and Crema, a coffee shop here in Colorado.
Okay.
Most coffee shops have been closed. Our governor has said that, hey, no coffee shops, no dining in, no stuff like that. Well, they threw up the owner's name is Jesse, and they threw up the middle finger and said, nope, we're open on Mother's Day. And that was yesterday, and they were open and the place was packed. I guess it was 3 hours to get food if you were in there.
Wow.
You've seen pictures on national news. The place was absolutely packed. Well, this afternoon, Governor Polis, our governor for the state of Colorado, came down and said, hey, they're revoking their business license for 30 days.
What the?
See, we're in the wrong segment. You can't say what the. This is ugly truth now, man.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, there's a GoFundMe page for that cafe. I have not looked at it in the last 10 minutes to see what the number is, but I will, when I update all our social media after the show, I will put that number. And if it's cool with you, I'll link to that GoFundMe if you'd like.
Yeah, that's okay. So he has revoked their business license for how many days?
Right now, he said indefinitely, but right now I believe it's 30 days for violation of a lawful order. So we'll see what comes of that here in Colorado and nationally. I imagine other businesses are gonna throw up the middle finger as well and be like, "Hey, no, man, we gotta feed our kids. We got bills to pay. We got people got mortgages, people got rent, people got to eat."
All right, so let me get this straight, and I'll tell you what I posted on Facebook today. It's just my personal opinion. So it's okay for Home Depot and for Lowe's and for McDonald's and for Wendy's and all these big chain restaurants and big chain coffee shops to be open during this pandemic, but these guys that open up, they get fined? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
They get their business license taken away. Yeah, that's crazy. Like I was saying, I mean, why is the Harley, and no offense to Harley Davidson, dude, I get it. I'm a motorcycle rider myself. But why is the Harley shop allowed to be open? But, I don't know, my gym or this coffee shop not allowed to be open. That's just super weird as far as I'm concerned.
It just seems to me the small shops, the small businesses are being closed down, but yet, like the big businesses, they are able to be open. That's the thing that I'm looking at.
Yeah, I find it weird, man. I have a problem with it. I have a huge problem with it.
I do too. And this is how I think. And look, you might have loved ones that have died of it, or you might have loved ones that are sick, or you might even have elderly family that could come down with this. But this is just my opinion. And here, the next 3 minutes, we'll see who wins this coffee as people are joining. Because we're giving free coffee away to the 15th joiner.
So my buddy Nicholas just sent me a message. The GoFundMe is up to $45.80, so $4,580, and it just opened an hour or two ago. So that's pretty impressive.
That's good. I'm gonna have to kick some money that way as well. I don't have a whole lot of it, but you know me, I'll kick it that way.
6, 7, 8, 9,
I
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay, who's the 15th?
Matthew Song.
Matthew Song.
Yep.
Matthew Song, if you're listening by the stream or by the radio, you have next 20 minutes to send the show page your address so that we can link you up with this coffee. There you go. There. That's done.
Lucky son of a.
I don't know who Matthew Song is. Maybe you do. Maybe he's one of your friends.
Oh, he's hitting me up now. Hi, I am. He's listening. So yeah.
Okay,
Matt, send us your address, homie, and got yourself a pound of free coffee.
Yep, there you go.
Thank you to Wes from the cabin for that.
Yes, Coffee Cabin. Make sure that you show them love, show them their business. He's a very small business owner, so show him some love. What?
He asked if he gets a pair of Ranger panties to go with it. So, no, those are on you, man. Those are those things we don't share.
That's too funny. Well, this is the thing that I'm so sick of this virus crap because, you know, everybody's all scared. They're living in fear. And to me, what's the point of living if you're living in fear, if you're constantly watching your back? The way I look at it is it doesn't matter if you pray to God or pray to Allah, whatever God you pray, or the universe. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. There's nothing that you can do about it. When it's your time, it's your time, you know? I know a guy that was a health nut that died at age 50 for, yes, I get that. We got a message. Fear is killing people. No, I totally get that. But, you know, if you're worried about killing people or about spreading this virus, that's okay, you know? Stay at home. But, you know, for everybody else that isn't worried about, like me, I'm just walking around. You know, I'll wear a mask because it's asked of me. But when I need to do something, I'll do it, because it's something I need to do. And I believe that, you know, when it's your time, it's your time. So I'm not gonna sit there and worry. But that's just me. But
I mean, we're both combat veterans of both had brushes. I mean, yeah, man. Hey, if it's time, it's time. If it's time to ring the bell, it's time to ring the bell. However, like you said, I'm not going to live in fear. I'm just not going to do it. Nicholas Ron is hitting us up. It says, Warriors' next adventure will be there June 23rd. We will stop and get some coffee while we are there. So, yeah, Nick, tell me what the organization is, and I will blast you out to the whole world because everybody wants to know.
Heck yeah.
Warriors' next adventure. Oh, it's a 501c3. Thanks, Nicholas. Appreciate that.
There we go. Well, hey, I hate to do this, but we're running out of time. So that was a short, ugly truth thing. But we got to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is Tribute to the Troops.
All day long.
Tribute to Troops. Sponsored by High Style and XP. Custom quality furnishings and gifts with attitude.
This is an MBR moment of heroism.
Sir, I don't know how to tell this story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell the American people what these men did here. You tell them how my troopers died.
Specialist Hilda Ortiz Clayton was born May 21st in Augusta, Georgia. She graduated high school in 2009 and enlisted in the Army. She was assigned to the 55th Signal Company Combat Camera 21st Signal Brigade at Fort Meade, Maryland. While deployed to Afghanistan on July the 2nd, 2013, Specialist Clayton was photographing the training of a live firing of a mortar when the mortar exploded while still in the launch tube. Specialist Clayton was killed during the explosion. She was only 22 years old. She was the first combat documentation and production specialist to be killed in Afghanistan. On behalf of MBR and everyone here at the HTrain show, our hearts and prayers go out to the family. And as always, we thank you for your service and sacrifice. Specialist Hilda Ortiz Clayton, end of watch, July the 2nd, 2013.
Chris East and our good friend, producer Amanda Opdyke, thank you so much for that tribute. Everybody, we're going to go on a music break, and when we come back, it's a 2-minute warning. So stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Hey, it's Rob with the Colorado State.
Hi, my name is Star Baxter, and I grew up in rural Nebraska. When I was 19, I joined the United States Marine Corps and served as a military police officer from 1997 to 2005. Yes, I deployed to Kuwait and Iraq, and I saw firsthand, like many others, the toils of true hate that comes with war. I often just shook my head in disbelief, unable to comprehend what was happening to me mentally.
When I came home, my mom came to visit me and insisted that I had changed and was different. Honestly, that just pissed me off more. But as time passed, I realized I had changed. The biggest realization came in March of 2005, when I took my then 5-year-old daughter to Disneyland for her birthday. We got our tickets at the gate and then entered the park. Main Street was packed. We made it about 100 feet into the park, and already 5 people had pushed or shoulder bumped us. I felt my blood pressure rising and wanted everyone to just back away. When I felt a squeeze of my hand, and I looked down. My daughter looked up at me with a smile and said, "Mom, are you okay? Let's just go to the beach." I was divorced and in the middle of a custody battle. I wanted to go home to Nebraska to be with family to help me, but I was court-ordered to stay in California or give up custody of my daughter, so I was forced to go through my pain alone. I self-isolated, I drank a lot, and when I did land a civilian job, I struggled with personal interactions and could not comprehend the seemingly laid-back laziness of people in general. In 2011, I was finally able to move to Colorado to be closer to family and my sister. With the help and encouragement of my sister, I started to get back to my roots of horses. It started simple, a ride here and there, helping her clean horses or helping muck stalls. Then I was asked to go to one of the shows and show a horse for our friend Brenda. She put me on a horse named Silky. Silky was patient and kind and guided me through that show. The following year, I married my now husband, Wade Davis, and we purchased 10 acres. I purchased a horse and started working with her to get back to showing myself. I discovered that with horses, I was able to go to events and be around groups of people. Being on top of a horse, no one would crowd around near you, and if someone did get too close for comfort, I'd just lie to them and say my horse kicks. They move really quick when you say that. Also, I was able to focus on my horse and not myself and my own anxieties about being around people. Slowly over the last 5 years, people have asked for my assistance and guidance to help them and their horses. I learned that I really enjoy helping those who want help and coaching. I push others to work hard and to be the best that they can be. My coaching is focused on the sport of extreme trail riding or obstacle challenges, and I often joke that it's called stupid human tricks with horses, but in reality it's a sport in which a very high level of trust and partnership needs to be in place in order to be competitive. A rider must trust that their horse will take care of them, and a horse needs to trust that the rider will not put them in a bad situation. It truly is about overcoming obstacles in life and in the arena. Photography was always a little hobby of mine. Taking pictures I could essentially hide behind the camera and did not have to socialize with anyone. In 2018, at an obstacle challenge, I was just randomly taking pictures and I posted a few on Facebook. Those pictures got noticed, and with the help and encouragement of a few close friends, I agreed to take official pictures at an event, and to my disbelief, people actually paid me money for them. In the last 2 years, I have launched a website to advertise and promote my photography and offer horsemanship coaching. My goal and hope is that through my passions, horses, photography, and coaching, I can help others so they do not have to struggle alone like I did.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's connections to help our military transition to civilian life. Keep watching due to copyright law.
Hello, my name is EJ, and I'm the host of the 80s Rock Show on Military Broadcast Radio. Each week I take you on a trip where I share great 80s rock and roll music that does not get played on the radio. The idea for the show came as a result of a playlist I created. I started to long for the great 80s rock and roll music I heard in high school on Chicago radio stations like the Loop and WCKG. So I put together the playlist, and then after a while I realized I had the foundation of what would become a great radio show.
All right, and we are back. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show, and this is going to be a very quick 2-minute warning. It is that... Oh, there we go, and I did it again. Yeah, isn't that funny? I did it again. I accidentally hit the wrong button. But we're back. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show. And ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is the 2-minute warning.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in.
It's the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. What we learned today.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Sponsored by Common Ground Golf Course in Colorado. A place for all and all the game teaches.
Okay, Rob, real quick, what did you learn today?
I learned that my chief of staff former chief of staff listens to the show. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your help.
Yes, thank you so much. Please share it. And speaking of sharing it, Rob, I need to talk to you on the other side after this.
Whammy!
There we go. All right. And for me, I learned what CNC was. And me and Rob, you and me, we need to make some special appearances to these small businesses when it is allowed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I learned. But for everybody else, next week, we're going to try to get Wes on. It's not confirmed yet, but we're going to try to get it on. Rob's got a bunch of interviews, actually, that he's has to get set up. But it is that time, everybody. We're out of here. That's the show today for everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of this show is available right after we go off the air tonight. And remember, we're here for you, not for us, giving our veterans a voice. Have a great one, everybody. Bye-bye.
voice. Military Broadcast Radio.